Hey everybody, this is Daniel with Music Labs. Today we're going to be covering bar chords. I know we went over a little bit of it last time when we were learning our basic chords, the shapes, and how to build chords. Basically, these are going to be very simple. It's just a little tricky because depending on which string, whether it's the 6th string or the 5th string, E or A, they're going to invert the shapes from minor to major. So basically, knowing all of the notes on all of the strings because we've been studying it, we're going to go ahead and start with the basic. Your F bar chord, which is the one I showed you guys in the last video. Your F bar chord is going to be barring the entire thing, laying everything nice and flat, pressing all of the strings together. Then you're going to go ahead and on your A string and your D string, you're going to play your ring finger on the 3rd fret and your pinky right below it, same fret. Then your middle finger is going to come in and it's going to go below the pinky on your G string, back 1 fret into fret 2. This is going to be your F major bar chord. From there, the easiest way to make it a minor is to just take that finger off, use this for added pressure. And that's how I make my chords. I know it's a little sloppy, not everybody does it the way I do it, but it is very effective in this way. So from there, you know F major and your F minor bar chord. Now this goes all the way up the fretboard. It doesn't change as long as you're on the 6th string. So this would be F sharp major and F sharp minor, so on and so forth, all the way up for G, G sharp, A, so on and so forth. When you come down to the following string right below it, your A string or your 5th string, depending on how you prefer to look at it, these are going to invert. So what happens is instead of doing this for major, you're doing this for minor. And then your major is going to be the major for this on the A string is going to be the minor shape for the 6th string. This is very simple. Once you get it down, you'll be sliding up and down the fretboard like a pro. You'll be able to play mainly every chord out there without adding, sharp 9s, diminishes, augmenteds. Those shapes get a little weirder, and those are going to be for when you're, actually playing very difficult songs. You're out and, just throw these chords together. They're simple, they're easy, and they'll get you through a lot of songs with a lot of people. Moving on, chord progressions. I know we covered a little bit of this last video, but basically your chord progressions are going to be made the same way as your chords. So your chord progression, hypothetically, let's say you're in the key of C major. Any chord can basically fit in here. It may not sound right, but you can do it. It's all a counting game like it was for building the chords, because you have your 1, your 3, your 5, your octave, which is also a 1. But the same thing is said for chord progressions. So your C has a 5th, which everybody knows. In the key of C, your relative minor, which we'll cover in another video, is going to be A minor. That being said, that's going from a 1 to a 5. So that's just simple. And then from there you would count. So if you sit down with somebody and they say they're in the key of C major and they're playing a 1-4-5, well, you simply know that you're playing a C, which can be played up here on the 8th fret bar chord. Your 4 is going to be your F major, and then your 5 is going to be a G. That being said, that's a 1-4-5 in C. Going from there, you would be able to add in your seconds, your thirds, your sixths, and then your octaves. These chord progressions are built very specific ways. We always tend to register into the same key for many, many songs. That's why there are popular bands out there, or joking bands, that can sit down and play the same song over and over and over again without changing chords and laugh and make fun of it. But music has grown into this way, this shape. We only like what's pleasing to our ears. So if you can learn how to build these chord progressions, these simple chord progressions, you can play any song. It just takes the time, the practice, learning the counting. Eventually it'll be instilled into your head. You'll be able to do it with complete ease. You won't have any problems with it whatsoever. Now I do want to give you guys a couple of different chord shapes. These are going to be basic jazz chords, just to spice up your playing a little bit. These are going to be your sevens. These are very simplistic. They're a little funky, but once you get them down, you'll be able to sit down and jam with anybody on a 12-bar blues, or any of the classics like, Take the A Train, stuff like that. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and show you the basic shape for a B flat 7. So B flat is going to be in the 6th fret of your 6th string. You're going to go ahead and place your pointer finger right there on the B flat. From there, you're going to go skip a string, muting it slightly with this finger. Put your next finger down. Doing this mute is going to make it so that this string does not ring out whatsoever, allowing you to build a different chord without it sounding disgusting. Then you're going to go ahead on the next string, following your middle finger with your ring finger. You're going to go ahead and place that down 1 fret up on the 7th fret. This is going to be your B flat 7. And as you can tell, it already sounds jazzy. So that's your 1. Now we're going to go to your 4. To make your 4 a 7, instead of playing, a regular E flat, you can go ahead and make a shape similar to a D. So you're going to place your middle finger on the 6th fret of the A string. Your pointer finger is going to go and follow suit, down 1 string, down 1 fret. So 5th fret on the D string. And then your ring finger is going to do the exact same fret, 6th fret, but on your G string. This is going to be your E flat 7. Now to get to your 5, all you have to do, slide up a whole step. And this is primarily how a lot of the 12-bar blues goes. You're just going to do the little. Those are your basic 7 shapes. You could do 7 shapes in bar chords as well. We'll get into that a little more in the future when we're actually practicing soloing over songs and so on and so forth, because you're going to find that a lot of these chords also fall into your scales, which we should be covering relatively soon. Everybody's getting up to speed. The only thing is that I might, in between this video and your scale video, I might teach everybody how to tune using only the guitar. This is going to be very difficult for most, because you have to learn the actual sounds of the strings, and then you have to learn how to hear the difference in frequency between these notes. The wobbles is what I call them. And we'll cover that in the next video, just so everybody can make sure that they're constantly in standard tuning, and that it'll keep your chords and your notes from sounding funky. But thank you. That's been all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.